Credit Union, In Focus Eye Care, KFC of Paoli, Orange County REMC, Orange County CASA, Orange County Community Foundation, Paoli Health and Living Community, Riley Oil, Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, Springs Valley Bank and Trust, Summers Gutters, Whitfield Investments, Team OC Youth Mentoring, and Orange County Eats.
After getting the bye in the Class 2A Sectional 46 at Mitchell, the Paoli Rams get their first taste of postseason play on this Saturday morning. In the first semifinal round game, as they'll take on Mitchell Blue Jackets, a rematch from a game during the regular season in conference play. Game 2 today will feature Providence and Salem. Class 2A Sectional 46 officially got started on Wednesday with one game. Mitchell advanced with a 7-1 win over Clarksville. Then on Thursday, it was Providence moving on with a 10-0 win over Eastern, and Salem advanced with a 13-1 victory over Crawford County. To set up today's semifinal round, the winners today will come back on Monday night for the championship game here at Sight Singer Field. Good morning, everybody. I'm Dave Dedrick. It's time now for Rams baseball on Mix 95.3, streaming live on WUME953.com, and ask Alexa to play 95.3 WUME. Well, this is a rematch of a game that was played on April the 18th at Trinkle Field when Mitchell pulled away with the win 8-5 over Paoli, jumped out to an 8-0 lead before the Rams battled back. Had a chance to get the tying runs to the plate in the 7th as well as in the 6th innings, but just could not get those across as Mitchell was able to shut them down and come away with a big 8-5 win. Mitchell scored single runs in the first and second before exploding for 6 runs in the third. The Jackets sent 12 men to the plate in that inning. The big hits were a 2-run homer by Bryson Zeeks and a 2 RBI single by Cooper McFadden, scoring 6 runs on 3 hits, and they left 3 on base that time as the Rams committed 1 error. That would be all the runs, though, the Jackets would get. Paoli finally got on the scoreboard in the 5th, trailing 8-0, as Paoli picked up 3 runs on 4 hits with 1 Mitchell error. Garrett Hickman, Justin Thornton, and Peyton Baker each had RBI singles as the Rams left 3 base runners on when the inning came to a close. Paoli answered with 2 more runs on 2 hits in the 6th, Mitchell error, and again left 2 men off. In the 7th, Paoli had runners on 2nd and 3rd with the tying run at the plate, but could not push that run across for the final 8-5 Mitchell win. Pitching for the Jackets, Teague went 4 innings, giving up no runs on 2 hits, struck out 3, walked 2, and hit 1 batter. Zeeks pitched 1 inning and a third, giving up 5 runs on 4 hits, struck out 1, and walked 3. Martin finished the game going 2/3 of an inning. Teague picked up the win for the Rams. On the mound, it was Tyler Hannon who went 2 2/3 innings, giving up 7 runs on 3 hits, struck out 3, walked 4, and hit 1 batter. Cooper Spires in relief went 4 1/3 innings, giving up 1 run on 2 hits, struck out 5, walked 3, and hit 2 batters. And Hannon took the loss for the Rams. Again, Paoli looking to rebound here in a big way. And, of course, a win would put them back into the championship game for the 2nd consecutive year here in Class 2A Sectional 46. As we take a quick look at the Rams lineup today, leading off to the shortstop, Kirkland Youth. Second is the third baseman, Cooper Spires. Hitting third and catching is Garrett Hickman. In the cleanup spot will be the second baseman, Tyler Hannon. Hitting fifth will be the center fielder, Justin Thornton. In the 6th spot, Paoli's first baseman, Peyton Baker. Hitting 7th in right field, Hayden Bostock. The 8th spot is the freshman DH, Raleigh Clunk. And hitting 9th will be the left fielder, Aiden Hickman, for head coach Jeremy Payton's Paoli Rams, coming in 9-9 on the regular season. Metro Blue Jackets will be the home team today. They'll lead it off with Dason Kerr. He'll be at center field. Hitting second will be the right fielder, Blake King. The 3rd spot will be the first baseman, Connor Teague. In the cleanup number 4 spot, the catcher, Bryson Zeeks. Hitting 5th will be the left fielder, Riker Moore. In the 6th spot, the pitcher, Gavin Martin. 7th batting order, the DH, Parker Felton. Hitting 8th will be Cooper McFadden at third base, and in the 9th spot will be the shortstop, Parker Reed. As the DH for Mitchell, Parker Felton will hit for the second baseman, Drake Fields. And then for the Paoli Rams, their DH, Raleigh Clunt. He will hit for the Rams pitcher today, that being the junior, Austin Chastain. Rams as a team come in hitting .236 on the season. Mitchell's batting average as a team right pretty even at .237. On base percentage, Mitchell .379, Paoli .356. Slugging percentage, .292 for Mitchell. For the Rams, a .283. Fielding percentage, Mitchell at 879, and Paoli at 918. So two teams that are very close, and they expect to be a close game here today. Even though Mitchell coming in playing well, this young team has grown up, have won 4 out of 5. The Rams come in, they have won 5 out of their last 9. As we get set for today's first pitch, you come back after this. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
When you suffer the loss of a loved one, you can count on the Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli. They have a 55-year history of serving the needs of families in Orange and surrounding counties. They provide only the best professional services in the most compassionate manner to care for you during this difficult time. You can always count on the Dillman Scott Funeral Home, as generations of families have done for many years. Call 812-723-2276 today. We're here when you need us the most. Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli.
Embarking on the journey to home ownership is a significant milestone filled with excitement and anticipation. Springs Valley Bank and Trust offers personalized support to help you navigate this exciting endeavor with confidence. Are you ready to explore your home purchase or refinancing options? Call me, Chris Manship, at 812-936-5652, NMLS 416647. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Bank NMLS 412076. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Looking to make a difference? Team OC's Youth Mentoring Program is here to help kids in Orange County reach their full potential. Our mission: to expand child's possibilities through a community-wide mentoring program for kids 7 to 17. We provide support, guidance, and a caring adult to lean on. You can be a part of their journey. Become a mentor or make a donation. Join us at 262 West Court Street, Paoli, or visit teamocmentoring.org. Questions? Call Executive Director Priscilla Woodrum at 812-653-0288. Team OC, expanding possibilities one child at a time.
Sykes Singer Field, the host of Class 2A Sectional 46, and of course, it's always been a great field, but a lot of nice upgrades over the last couple of years, going to all turf here, and of course, a new press box, just a fantastic facility, and a great place to not only play in a baseball game, but to watch one as well. As the Mitchell Blue Jackets and the Paoli Rams get ready to go here in the semifinal round of this 2A Sectional 46 matchup. Gavin Martin, he'll be on the mound, the right-hander for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, a young sophomore, but coming in, pitching well. Last a couple of games, he's gone the distance, 2 complete games. He's picked up 4 wins and have a fastball, curveball, and a changeup. Head coach J.D. Gaines says this young man has finally grown as the season has gone along, as has a lot of this young team. Again, this is a team that starts only one senior in the lineup, primarily sophomores and freshmen, as the Mitchell Blue Jackets have been playing a lot better, as we mentioned, 4 out of 5. And, of course, both Coach Gaines and Coach Jeremy Payton said, gets down here to postseason play, teams got to be mentally sharp and be on their toes in the field, not make any mistakes. You can never give a team, no matter regular season, but particularly in the postseason, any extra outs. So we'll see how all of that pans out here today as Martin comes in with a 2.33 ERA. 39 innings pitched, give up 44 hits, 26 runs, 13 of them have been earned. He has struck out 24 batters and walked 12 in his work on the mound this season. But again, a young man that is pitching well here late in the season heading into postseason play. And Coach Gaines said they will try and ride him as long as they can here today, but he said a lot will depend, as always, how this game is playing out. For the Rams, it'll be Kirkland Hughes, Cooper Spires, along with Garrett Hickman, the top third of the order here for Paoli to get this sectional game underway. Got a mix of sun and clouds. Temperature hovering right around the upper 60s, near 70. Wind blowing out from left to right here as we start this ball game. As Kirkland Hughes, the Rams shortstop, hitting .321 on the season, coming in with 13 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 1 triple. His extra base hits this season. Steps in from the right side, deep in the batter's box, and Martin ready to go. And our first pitch of this ball game on the way, and it's going to be a ball outside low for ball 1. We mentioned Martin coming up with that fastball, curveball, and changeup, so the Rams got to be ready. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball on the inside part of the plate, and that catches it for strike 1-1. Outfield straight away for the right-handed hitting Kirkland Hughes here to get things going. 1-1 pitch, shot up the middle. That'll be a base hit between the shortstop and the second base bag, and fielded out there by Kerr, and Rams off to a good start as Hughes comes up with a single here today. to get things going here for the Rams, as Paoli had 7 hits in that first ball game, and hopefully we'll be able to string some together as Cooper Spires checks in for the first time today. Junior third baseman hitting .281 on the season. If the Rams want to play a little small ball here, as Hughes getting his lead over at first, Teague will hold the runner, quick throw over. Hughes slides in head first of the tag, as Martin giving him a lot of attention here to start things off. Third baseman comes creeping in at the edge of the grass, about a stride and a half off the line. Another quick throw over to first, and Hughes again sliding in head first. As we mentioned, a synthetic turf field here at Sightsinger Field all the way around. As Martin peers into the catcher, going to go back over to first base. 3 in a row that he has thrown over there to make sure that Hughes does not venture off far from that bag. Out near the first lead leg is near the cut of that first base. What is the turf now? Martin from the stretch, and the first pitch is low and inside. Cooper Spires for ball 1. Cooper had to wait a while to see that first pitch from Gavin Martin, the sophomore, from the stretch. Checks the runner, that's Hughes. Got things off with a single up the middle. Curveball is up high, and the count goes to 2-0. Spires ahead in the count. See if the Rams are able to move this base runner along and score first here today. And that was a problem in the first. Just couldn't get any runs across early on as Mitchell jumped out to that big lead. 2-0 pitch as Spires squares the butt. Ball hits in front of the plate, gets away. The catcher tracks it down. Zeke's to his right, but not before Hughes is able to get down to second base on the pass ball. And the count goes to 3-0 with the runner in scoring position, Kirkland Hughes, for the Rams. Spires a chance to give Paoli an early lead here today with a base hit. Cooper waiting, should get something good to hit here on the 3-0 count. Martin from the stretch, another breaking ball, and it's going to sail inside, and that will be a walk, and the Rams have runners on at first and second here today to start things off in this first inning of play against Gavin Martin. To the plate for the Rams now, Garrett Hickman, the Rams catcher. Garrett coming in, one of the 3 seniors on the ball club, hitting .271 on the year. He'll step in from the left side. Hughes on at second. Spires is on at first. Martin a bit of trouble here to start things off. Shortstop dances in behind the runner at second. Now back to his position, and the first pitch on the outside part of the plate catches the corner for a strike to Garrett Hickman. Rams have got the first 2 men on right where they want to be, with hitters 3, 4, and 5 in the middle part of that order coming to the plate. If you're Mitchell, you'd like to see one rolled into a double play. Martin from the stretch. Another one. Here goes the base runner down. The throw is airing out into left field. Uses up. He's on his horse. He'll come in to score. And the Rams will get an unearned run here on the air by the throw of the catcher. And Paoli gets up early here on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, leading it here 1-0. Okay. Pitch to Hickman, sails outside, and the count goes to 2-1. Rams lead it 1-0 here, but nobody out. Runners on at second base is Cooper Spires. The only big chance to put up a big number here early. Hickman, 2-1 delivery is another breaking ball that sails high and outside, and the count goes 3-1. Martin having his problems early here with his control, finding the strike zone. Hickman steps in from the left side. Actually, the count goes to 2-2. Quick, nope. Martin faked the throw back to second as the shortstop Reeve danced in behind him. Martin looks into his catcher. Zeeks has the sign. Reeve again behind him at second, brings it home. Fastball is raked fair down the right field line. That'll be extra bases down into the right field corner. Spires being waved around the score, and going around second is Hickman on his horse. He's going to be headed into third, and he will slide in ahead of the tag, and that will be a triple for Garrett Hickman, his first of the season, and that will drive in the second run of the ball game for the Rams, who now lead it 2-0 and get things off to a great start here on this Saturday morning in sectional play. And that'll bring up Tyler Hannon to the plate, the Rams' second baseman. Tyler coming in, hitting .254 on the year with the runner on at third and nobody out here for the Rams. Jump out early here, 2-0. Martin from the stretch. Breaking ball is going to sail high for ball one. Martin, as we mentioned, had pitched well coming into the sectional, but sophomore having his problems here in this first inning, already trailing 2-0 from the stretch. Martin checks the runner at third, brings it in. This is a breaking ball that is catching the outside or inside part of the plate for strike one. Tyler Hannon, 12 RBIs on the season, 5 extra base hits. All of those have been doubles so far. Rams had a big triple there by Hickman. He's on at third with nobody out, 2 in. Fouled off at the plate off the bat of Tyler Hannon, and he falls behind in the count at a ball and 2 strikes. Hughes led this inning off with a single up the middle. Pass ball moved him over to second. Spires got on with a walk, and then Hickman, and then an error thrown for Hughes as he tried to steal, sailed out in the left field, and that allowed him to score the first run of the game. Big cut and a foul ball off the bat of Hannon, and the count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Not a lot of room in fair foul territory, either down the first base or third base line and behind home plate as well. The ball will have to kind of go either to the right or to the left. It gets by the catcher for a runner to possibly score from third unless you've got some exceptional speed. Nice job behind the plate by Zeeks to block that one to keep it out in front of him. And the count goes to 2-2 to Tyler Hannon. Garrett Hickman, the Ram runner at third. Paoli already 2 in here in this top half of the first to lead it 2-0. The 2-2 pitch, and Hannon took a close one on the inside part of the plate. Good eye there, and the count goes to 3-2. McFadden at third, Reeve at short, Fields at second, and Teague at first. That's your infield today for Mitchell to start this ball game. The 3-2 pitch is popped up into the air, out into short center field, going back as a shortstop behind second base about 5 feet into the outfield grass, and that will be out number 1. The shortstop, a nice play by Reeve to pedal back and get that one. And that will bring up Justin Thornton to the plate, the Rams center fielder. Sophomore hitting .245 on the year with 9 RBIs, 7 extra base hits. Again, all of those have been doubles. Hickman remains down at third with 1 out in the inning and 2 runs in. Martin from the stretch. First pitch to Thornton is going to be high and outside for ball 1. Paoli trying to add on to a 2-0 lead. Got a runner down at third with less than 2 outs. The pitch home, and Thornton takes one low and inside, and the count goes to 2-0. So far, Gavin, except for the one hitter, fell behind and has had to pitch from behind here early on. Peers into Zeeks, has the side. From the stretch, going to bring it home, and this one's going to be popped up behind home plate, going over to the first base dugout, reaching up, and that's a big out as Zeke's able to get that one in foul territory. That is 2 down in the inning, and that will bring to the plate Peyton Baker, the Rams' first baseman. Peyton, senior, hitting .195 on the year with 7 RBIs, will be standing in from the right side. Rams would love to bring that runner in from third here before this inning comes to a close. Hickman has been there with no outs. Now there are 2 outs. Martin trying to pitch out of this jam without any further damage. Curveball catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1, 0-1. Gavin Martin, a right-handed sophomore. From the stretch, brings it in. Another breaking ball. This one is going to be high, and the count goes to 1-1. Baker, the 6th man to bat in the inning here for the Rams, who have scored 2 to jump out to an early lead. This next pitch is fouled off the bat. Baker behind the first base dugout, which is the home today for the Paoli Rams, the visitors on the scoreboard here at Sightsinger Field. Mitchell, of course, their home field, so they get to keep their home dugout, which is normally third base side, which is where they are camped out today. Baker again reaches out, pokes it down the right field. The right fielder going over into foul territory, making a dive at it was Blake King, but it goes off his glove and just goes down as a long strike. Hickman will return, so will Baker to the batter's box. Hickman retreats down to third. King was playing towards the line. There's a big gap out in right center field for the right-handed hitting Peyton Baker to shoot for. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes to the Rams' first baseman. Paoli leads it 2-0. From the stretch, Martin checks the runner and brings it home, and this one's going to be low and outside, and the count goes to 2-2 to Baker. Peyton crowds the plate, stands up close to the plate in the batter's box. The 2-2 delivery, and he rakes down a little hopper to the third baseman, goes under his glove. Shortstop going to field it. That's Reed, but not in time. And that'll be the second error of the inning, and that'll bring in another run for the Rams, who now able to get it up to a 3-0 lead here on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. And Paoli keeps the inning going as Hayden Bostock, the right fielder for the Rams. Hayden, the senior, hitting 107 on the year. 3 in for the Rams. A good start here in this semifinal round of the sectional at Mitchell High School today. Martin throwing a lot of pitches here in this first inning, and the next one, I should say the first one, to Bostock, is high and outside for ball one. Baker being held at first, but let's just say Peyton knows it. We know not the speediest player on the team. The wind and the pitch by Martin fouled off the bat of Bostock out of play, and the count stays at a ball and a strike. Coach Jeremy Payton down the third base way for the Rams, and assistant coach Jeremy Reynolds in the first base coaching box here this afternoon. Center fielder Kerr is really in shallow against Bostock, who takes a strike on the inside part of the plate and falls behind in the count at 1-2. Rams have had a couple of hits, a walk, and a couple of errors so far for the Jackets, who came in, have been playing pretty clean. This one's beat on the ground. It's going to be foul down the third base way. Count will remain at a ball and 2 strikes to Hayden Bostock, the Rams right fielder. Hayden wears number 9 on his jersey here today. Right-handed hitter stands deep in the batter's box and crowds the plate. 1-2 count. Martin trying to get out of this inning without any further damage. The 1-2 pitch is fouled out of play into the parking lot down the first base side. That's Hayden Bostock hanging in there. Count will remain at a ball and 2 strikes. Peyton Baker got on with an error by third baseman. He's down at first base, but 2 outs. Next pitch in, again beat foul over towards the Rams dugout. Caroms over to the first baseman, Teague. By the way, Riker Moore out in left field, Dawson Kerr in center, and Blake King in right field for the Jackets in the outfield here today. Starting in the morning, will end up in the afternoon when this game is all said and done, and it's a long half inning and a good one for the Rams. Bostock pops it up out into center field. A couple of steps back is Kerr. Now 1 step in, and he is able to squeeze it for the final out of the inning. But a good one for the Rams here in this first inning as they pick up a total of 3 runs. There were 2 base hits, 1 man left on, and 2 Jacket errors. At the end of a half inning on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Paoli on top, 3-0. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
This one seems too high maintenance, and this one is definitely hiding something.
You still haven't picked one?
I can't help it if I just want the perfect relationship with my credit card.
Swipe and save at Hoosier Hills Credit Union. Our Visa credit card offers super low rates. Transfer your high-interest credit card debt with no balance transfer fee and no annual fee today. Visit HoosierHills.com and say yes to paying less for your credit card. Subject to credit approval. Qualification standards apply. Insured by NCUA.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
Austin Chastain to the mound for the Rams, and he's in a good spot. He'll head to the hill, leading 3-0 here as we go to the bottom half of the first in this opening semifinal round game of Class 2A Sectional 46 at Sight-Singer Field, Mitchell High School, the location of today's sectional games. As the Jackets will come to the plate, they'll be sending up Dason Kerr, Blake King, and Connor Teague. The cleanup man is the catcher, Bryson Zeeks. Hitting fifth will be the left fielder, Riker Moore. In the sixth spot, Gavin Martin. Parker Felton is your DH. He will be hitting for Drake Fields, the second baseman. And in the 8th spot, the third baseman, Cooper McFadden, and the 9th man in the order is a shortstop, Parker Reed, to face the right-handed throwing Chastain. Austin, a junior, coming into today's ball game, 2-1 record, 2.21 ERA, 25 and a third innings pitched, 19 hits, 13 runs, 8 of them earned, 30 strikeouts, and 12 walks. And he has pitched well here down the stretch. Had a big win 10 days ago over Orleans, and right now has almost elevated himself to the ace of this staff, and that's why he got the assignment to start this sectional game. First pitch is outside to Dason Kerr for ball one. Kerr, a sophomore, hitting .311 with 5 RBIs coming into today's ball game. Ball one pitch is inside and low for ball two. Austin got it settled in, relies on that curveball a lot. At times, Coach Payton says he falls too much in love with it. Pitch is going to be hit down the left side of the field, but it's going to make its way out of play, and that'll be strike one on the leadoff hitter, Dason Kerr. Rams on defense today, of course, Garrett Hickman behind the plate. Peyton Baker at first, Tyler Hannon at second, Kirkland Hughes at short, and Cooper Spires at the hot corner of third base here today. Next pitch on the way, and it's just a bit outside, and Kerr has got the count up to 3-1. So looking here to hopefully not give up. A walk to start off the game, and it will be a walk on a 3-1 pitch as Dason Kerr will go down to first base. Chastain issues his first walk of the ball game, and that'll bring up Blake King, the right fielder. King coming in, playing very well as of late for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. In the last 4 or 5 games, hitting well over 500. He looks to keep that going today, standing in from the right side. His season average is .444, and he looks at the first one high and inside for ball one. As both pitchers off to a bit of a shaky start here in this ball game. King 5 RBIs and a double to his credit so far. Stands deep in that right-hander batter's box. Quick throw over. Diving back in is Kerr. Head of the tag of Peyton Baker. Rams in the outfield. Aiden Hickman in left. Justin Thornton in center. And Hayden Bostock is the right fielder today for Paoli. Chastain from the stretch. Checks the runner. Brings it home. And a strike on the outside part of the plate. For strike one. 1-1 to Blake King. King, one of the 5 sophomores who start here in this lineup for head coach J.D. Gaines in his first year. And there's one hit out into left center field. Going over is the left fielder, and reaching up to snare it on the run is Aiden Hickman on a good play off the bat of King, and that'll be one out in the inning. A hard hit ball, but a good play by the left fielder going far to his left, and Connor Teague will come to the plate. Teague, first baseman, senior, hitting .241 on the year, will step in from the right side. Kerr drew a leadoff walk. He is down at first now with one out in the inning. Middle part of the infield go to double play depth. Quick throw over, and Kerr that time almost caught leaning as Chastain fired it over there. Rams lead at 3-0 here on the Sullivan Financial Consulting and Raymond James scoreboard. Chastain from the stretch. Checks the runner, a good lead pitch home, and it's off the fist and out of play behind the first base dugout, and that'll be strike one on Connor Teague. Teague backs out of the batter's box. Down to head coach J.D. Gaines down the third base way. Steps deep into that batter's box. Chastain from the stretch, fires it home, runner goes, hit and run, and it's hit right off the runner. He will be out. And that will give the Rams a break because the second baseman, Hannon, was headed over to cover the bag, and that's where the hole was created, but it hit the runner Kerr going down. He will be out for out number 2 on the year, and Teague will be given a fielder's choice on that, and that'll bring up Bryson Zeeks to the plate, the catcher. Zeeks, the cleanup hitter, a junior, hitting .315 on the year. Step in on the right side with the runner on at first, and 2 outs now in the inning. Chastain trying to pitch out of here without any problems, leading at 3-0. First pitch is going to be a strike on the outside part of the plate to Zeeks for strike one. Chastain in with Hickman. They have agreed on a pitch. The Next pitch is going to be low. Kerr got hit as he went down on the grounder, so he was out. That means that Teague replaces him at first base. With 2 outs in the inning, a swing and a miss. And Zeke's come up empty on that one. Zeke's hitting .315, 15 RBI, 2 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs to his credit this season. Steps in from the right side. The 1-2 pitch is going to be fouled back and out of play off the screen. And the count will remain at a ball and 2 strikes to the Blue Jacket catcher, Bryson Zeeks. If he is able to get on, Riker Moore is in the on-deck circle. Austin Chastain, though, for the Rams, the right-handed junior, looks to close it out right here. Head in the count. The runner takes off. 1-2 pitch is high. Throw down by Hickman, a 1-hopper, and that'll be a stolen base for Teague as he got there well ahead of the throw. And that will give Mitchell their first base runner in scoring position here today as count goes to 2-2 to Bryson Zeeks. Zeeks stepping in from the right side. Hannon dances behind the runner at second, and the fastball is high and inside. And the count has gone full at 3-2. Zeeks checks with the umpire. Has the count. Your lead runner is Teague down at second to pitch in, and that's going to be ball 4, and that'll be the second walk issued here in this inning for Rams pitching. Chastain has got 2 men on with 2 outs, and looks like we may have a courtesy runner coming up here.
Runner for the catcher, Zeeks, is number 4, playing is Webster.
So Webster will come in, a freshman, as he will run for Zeeks, the catcher. Webster, the courtesy runner or pitch runner, will be on at first. Your lead runner down at second is Connor Teague at a 3-0 lead. So Mitchell trying to get a few of those runs back here is up to Riker Moore, the left-handed hitting left fielder. Moore steps up, a sophomore. First pitch from Chastain is going to be outside for ball 1. Both pitchers throwing a lot of pitches here in this first inning of play. Chastain from the stretch. Checks the runner and brings it in. The sidearm curveball is out of the strike zone, and the count goes to 2-0. So Mitchell is making Chastain work here, just like the Rams made Gavin Martin work in the top of the inning. Paoli, though, advantage so far at 3-0. Chastain from the stretch. Runners on at first and second. Pitch home, and again, this is a curveball, but this one does catch the outside part of the plate for strike 1, 2-1. Riker Moore hitting .211 on the year, 15 RBIs, 3 doubles in the extra base hit category, and he hits one off the fist, but it's going to go foul down the third base side. Got jammed just a bit there, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chastain 1 strike away here from getting out of this inning unscathed. 2 base runners on, but the Jackets have not had any hits so far here in this bottom of the first. Riker Moore at the plate, the left fielder. Chastain taking a lot of time yet to step on the pitching rubber. He's on the mound. Now he gets set. Plants that right foot right in the middle of the pitching rubber. He'll check the runner at second. Now he'll bring it home, and it's a little pop-up to the infield, right to the mound, and that's where Chastain will haul it in for out number 3 here in this first inning of play for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. There were no runs, there were no hits, there were 2 men left on, and no Ram errors. At the end of 1 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Haley on top, 3-0. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Satisfy your cravings with KFC's world-famous fried chicken. What began from a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky now includes over 24,000 KFC outlets in more than 145 countries and territories around the world. It's real meals made the hard way. Now you can enjoy their world-famous fried chicken in a variety of ways, from buckets to meal deals, sides, and desserts. Stop by the KFC at 925 North Gospel Street in Paoli. It's finger-licking good.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Rams take a 3-0 lead heading into the second inning of play. This is the first semifinal round game of Class 2A Sectional 46 at Mitchell High School on this Saturday morning and afternoon. For the Rams in the second inning, it'll be hitters 8, 9, and 1, Raleigh Clunk, Aiden Hickman, and Kirkland Hughes due up for Paoli to face Gavin Martin, who threw 35 pitches in that first inning, so that is a lot. See if he can get a little bit more efficient here as far as the Mitchell team is concerned, while for the Rams, they want to continue to make him work. Clunk, the freshman, coming up to the plate, hitting .256 on the year with 4 RBIs and 1 double to his credit. First pitch he sees is outside for ball 1. Ball got away from the catcher. Zeke rolls back to the screen. Clunk steps in from the right side. The 1-0 pitch. It's a fastball, but it's too far outside, and the count goes to 2-0. Rams 3 runs on 2 hits and a couple of errors by Mitchell in that first inning. Check swing, and it's a strike called on the outside part of the plate to Clunk. The count goes to 2-1. Outfield straight away, right fielder kind of hugging the line down the right field side. The 2-1 pitch is high and inside. The count goes to 3-1 to Clunk. Trying to get something going here, starting off in the top of the second. Make it. As Martin, the right-hander on the mound, Clunk calls time, and the official grants it, the umpire behind the plate. Now back in and ready to go. DH Raleigh Clunk leading it off for the Rams in this second inning. He hits it to the shortstop. Can he get to it? A diving knockdown play there by Reed, but he will not come up with any chance at all for a throw. Had to go far ranging to his left towards the second base bag. And that'll be an infield single for Clunk to get things started. And Aiden McFadden will be at the plate or Aiden Hickman, that is, will be at the plate for the Rams. Hickman hitting number 9 man, the junior left fielder, made a nice play in the top of the inning, hitting 175 for Paoli. As Clunk get his lead down at first, being held there by Teague, the first baseman. Bunt squared, hit to the mound, fielding it quickly is Martin. Throw over to first, but the sacrifice works. And that will put Clunk down at second base. Hickman is out 1-3 on the sacrifice. And that'll take us to the top of the order. Kirkland Hughes will step in. He got things started with a solid single up the middle. Got over to second on a pass ball, attempted to steal third. An errant throw by the catcher out in the left field allow him to come home and score the first run of the ball game. Rams put 3 up so far here on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Still early on. We're just in the top half of the second. First pitch to Hughes is going to be low and outside for ball 1. Kirkland came into today's game hitting .321 through the regular season. Again, the Rams drew the bye, so this is their first game in sectional play in this semifinal round. Around the stretch, Martin brings it in, and it's an off-speed pitch that's inside, and the count goes to 2-0. Kirkland Hughes trying to get the top of the order rolling again here with the runner on at second and 1 out. Fastball is a strike on the inside part of the plate. Count goes to 2-1. Clunk got on with an infield single, sacrificed over to second, and that's where he stands right now as Reeve and Fields, second and shortstop, dance in behind him to try and keep him throw. There's a throw back to Reeve, and diving back in ahead of the throw is Clunk. Fields went in behind, then he retreated, and that's when Reeve tried to sneak in from the opposite side. Going to run that again as Fields gets close to the bag, now retreats back to second. Here comes Reeve sneaking in from behind. Clunk sees him. The pitch going to be brought home, and Kirkland Hughes looks at one high and inside, and the count to the Rams shortstop goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. 1 out in the inning, base runner on at second for Paoli, leading it already 3-0. The 3-1 pitch hit on the ground to the shortstop, a high chopper. Looking to third, does not go. Finally goes over to first, but that's not going to be in time, as once again, a mental error that time on the shortstop. And if only play that he had was at first, and that'll put runners now at first and third for the Rams with only one out in the inning. As for Mitchell, already 3 errors, and that's something that they had really done a lot better. Coach Gaines said early on they were averaging about 3 or 4 a game, but by the end of the season they'd got that down to just over 1. But come back to bite it here today. Spires squares the bunt. Hughes going down to second. The air ball and aired out into center field on the throw, and here comes Clunk in the score as the Rams get another unearned run here this afternoon and lead it 4-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. As Hughes goes down to second on the stolen base, the error on the catcher on the throw will allow the base runner to come in, and that'll keep the Rams with a runner on at second, only one out. Coach J.D. Gaines comes out to talk to his right-handed sophomore pitcher, Gavin Martin, trying to settle him down here as the Rams had put up 3 in the first inning, 1 more already here in the second, and lead it by a score of 4-0. This is the first of 2 semifinal round games today. Second game of the day will feature Providence, the defending sectional champions. They will take on the Salem Lions, who are the newcomers to this sectional from last year. As the meeting on the mound will be over, Coach Gaines coming back, and at that same time, Coach Jeremy Payton got a chance to talk with Cooper Spires, the batter, and Kirkland Hughes, the base runner, down at second. 1 out in the inning so far here for the Rams, and Spires walked and scored back in the first as he gets ready to look at his first pitch of this at-bat. He smacks one down the left field line. Looks like it's going to hook foul, and it does. It'll go down as a long strike off of Cooper Spires' bat. Just a bit out in front. Pulls the count even at a ball and a strike. On deck is Garrett Hickman, who had a big triple his first time up. Rams with a runner on its scoring position, Kirkland Hughes. It's a good lead down at second base. Martin from the stretch brings it in, and it's a breaking ball, but Hughes goes down to third on the stolen base, does not even draw a throw, and he's now 90 feet away with only 1 out in the inning. Pitch sailed high, and the count goes to 2-1. Martin from the stretch brings it home. Ball low and inside, and the count goes to 3-1 to Cooper Spires. Rams already an unearned run here in this inning and have another base runner down at third with 1 out. From the stretch, Martin brings it home, and chopper down to third. Oh, a nice play. They got the runner hung up. Here's Hughes coming in to throw into home plate, and they get him. A real nice play by McFadden, the third baseman, as Hughes got down the line. McFadden caught that high chopper behind him right at the bag. He couldn't retreat or he would have been out. Instead, Hughes is going to be the second out of the inning as that goes 5-2 on the play, as Spires will be on at first base with the fielder's choice. So what might be a very promising inning, a big play there by the defense for Mitchell. And that will bring up Garrett Hickman. Hickman, an RBI and a triple and a run scored his first time up. As he'll step to the plate, an RBI now gives him 7 on the year. He steps in from the left side to face Martin for the second time here today. Runner on at first. Spires a definite threat to steal, getting his lead, being held over there by Teague. From the stretch, the pitch sails high from Martin. Ball 1 to Garrett Hickman. Hickman coming in, hitting .271. One of the 3 seniors on this year's ball club for Paoli. Like a lot of teams in this sectional, very young squad. Ball 1 pitch is foul backing out of play as Spires took off on that offering. And the count goes to 1-1 strike to Garrett Hickman. 2 outs in the inning, 1 run in here for Paoli. Looking for more here. Leading it 4-0. Hickman waits in the batter's box. Pitch home, and it's driven out to right center field. Coming over is the right fielder, and making the play to his right is Blake King, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning for the Rams here in the second. but they do pick up one more run on one base hit. They leave one man left on, and there were two more errors committed by the Mitchell Blue Jackets. We'll go to the bottom of the second on the Sullivan Financial Consulting and Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli leads at 4-0. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7, or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
Austin Chastain back on the mound, the junior, beginning his second inning of work here in this sectional semifinal round game. He will face hitters 6, 7, and 8 for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, Gavin Martin, Parker Felton, and Cooper McFadden for the Jackets, as the Rams lead it here on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard by a count of 4-0. Gavin Martin, the pitcher, it'll be his first time at bat, facing his counter out on the mound in Austin Chastain. Martin, the sophomore, hitting .224 on the year with 10 RBIs, 3 doubles, and 1 triple to his credit. He'll step in from the right side as Chastain ready to go as Spires comes creeping in down the third base line. And the first pitch of the inning is high for ball 1. Jackets had a couple of base runners on but just could not get them across. They did not have any hits, though, in that first inning. The next pitch is a fastball, and it's inside as well. And the count to Martin is quickly 2-0. Chastain, the right-hander, see if he can get into a groove here. A little three-quarter arm, and that's going to be inside. The count quickly 3-0 to Martin. Chastain did issue 2 walks in that first inning of play, and 1 away from making that number 3, the 3-0 pitch. And there's a fastball down the middle for strike 1, 3-1. Martin gave it a long look but decided not to take a cut at it. The 3-1 delivery on the way, and this one's popped up and out of play behind the first base dugout. And the count goes to full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Gavin Martin leading it off in the bottom of the second for the Jackets, but the Rams on top, 4-0. Full count pitch is a shot out in the left field, but coming in is Hickman on a couple of steps, and Aiden able to pull that one in for out number 1. A nice comeback by the pitcher Chastain after he fell behind in the count, and that will bring up to the plate Parker Felton, the designated hitter. Felton, a junior, hitting .207, and gets for Drake Fields, the freshman second baseman, here in the lineup for the Mitchell Blue Jackets today. Step in from the right side, stands deep in the batter's box. He'll face Chastain for the first time today. And the pitch is inside for ball 1. Chastain did not throw in the first meeting between these two ball clubs. Hannon started and Spires finished it up for Paoli. And the next pitch is low and inside for ball 2. We will not see Tyler Hannon pitching anymore this season, as his little bit of arm issue there, and the Rams have shut him down at least from throwing on the mound for the rest of the year. Swinging and a miss on a fastball, a big cut by Parker Felton, and he comes up empty, and the count goes to 2-1. Rams scored 3 in the first and added 1 in the second. Jackets in the batter's box for the second time here in this ball game. This is a line shot out the center, and it's going to fall in front of the center fielder Thornton, and that'll be the first base hit. Single up the middle off the bat of Parker Felton, the DH, and he'll be on at first base with 1 out in the inning. And the third baseman, Cooper McFadden, had a nice defensive play in that inning. And the top of this inning comes to the plate for the first time, hitting 159 on the year as the sophomore. Another right-handed hitter, as Felton is down at first. One out in the inning. Chastain's first pitch is inside, gets off the mid of Hickman, goes all the way back to the backstop, and that will allow the runner to go down. Fastball to second base as the Jackets get another runner down at second with less than 2 outs in the inning. See what Coach Gaines wants to do here with McFadden at the plate ahead in the count, 1-0. Chastain from the stretch checks the runner and will bring the pitch home. And it's going to be a strike on the outside part of the plate, strike one. Austin Chastain, like his counterpart Gavin Martin, loaded up on the pitches here in the early part of this ball game. The next delivery is hit on the ground, but it will be fouled just outside the third base bag. Spires gave it a look but didn't have a chance, and the count goes to 1-2. There's one out in the inning. We are in the bottom of the second. Parker Felton had a single up to center. Pass ball moved him over to second, and at the plate is McFadden. He looks at that breaking ball inside, and the count goes to 2-2. McFadden, the number 8 hitter in the Jacket order here today. Chastain, the right-hander on the mound, checks the runner at second, brings it home, and it's a little pop-up over between first and second. Oh, and a great diving play. Ranging far to his right is the first baseman, Peyton Baker. I believe that Hannon could have scooted in from behind and had a much easier play, but Baker stretches out and does a nice job to pull that one down, and that will be out number 2 of the inning. And Parker Reed, the number 9 man in the order, will come to the plate, the shortstop for the Jackets. 2 outs now with Parker Felton on at second for Mitchell. Still looking for their first run. They just got their first hit off the bat of Felton earlier in this inning. And this one's popped up down the right field line. This could be trouble if it stays fair, but it is going to be caught by Hayden Bostock, who made a nice running catch. I didn't think he would get to it, but he did, coming in and just into foul territory is Bostock to make that, and that will be out number 3 of the inning for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. There were no runs. They had 1 hit. There was 1 man left on. There were no Ram errors. At the end of 2 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Rams on top, 4-0. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Satisfy your cravings with KFC's world-famous fried chicken. What began from a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky now includes over 24,000 KFC outlets in more than 145 countries and territories around the world. It's real meals made the hard way. Now you can enjoy their world-famous fried chicken in a variety of ways, from buckets to meal deals, sides, and desserts. Stop by the KFC at 925 North Gospel Street in Paoli. It's finger-licking good.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Rams lead it 4-0, and a pitching change here for the Mitchell Blue Jackets as Connor Teague will come in here in this third inning of play, replacing Gavin Martin on the hill. As we'll check around, I think also some changes in the infield, as looks like Fields has moved over to first, and Martin will be moving over to second. So Fields will be at the first base. Martin goes from the mound to second base here for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, the change here in this inning. So the Rams, for the first time now in this third, will see Teague on the mound, the right-hander. It'll be Hannon, Thornton, and Baker, the middle part of the order, due up. Tyler Hannon looks at a fastball high for ball 1. Teague coming in. Pitched in the first meeting between these two ball clubs. And the next pitch is hit on the ground to the shortstop. Reed fields it. Going to throw across the diamond. High throw, and not coming down with it is Fields. And that's going to be another error here for the Mitchell Blue Jackets as they have had problems in the field here today, and that allows Hannon to be on base to start off this inning. As for the Jackets coming in, they'd already committed 4 errors. That was number 5 on the day, and they're going to win games doing that. So Mitchell got to clean it up in the field here today as Justin Thornton steps in. Thornton fouled out to the catcher his first time up. Hannon on at first, being held there by Fields. Turning around, the bunt is Thornton. Thornton going to be called out as he got hit coming out of the batter's box with that. And the runner will have to come back to first base. So the Rams unfortunate on that. It'll be out number 1. He got hit out in the field of play on that bunt. And that'll be the first out of the inning. Runner retreats back to first, and that'll bring up Peyton Baker. Baker got on with an error. Coach Jeremy Payton comes down and gets an explanation from our umpire behind the plate. 1 out in the inning. And Peyton Baker to the plate here for Paoli. Hannon down at first. Fields holds him there. Baker steps in from the right side. Teague on in relief. Right-hander throws. The fastball is low and outside for ball 1. Teague pitching from the stretch. Checks the runner, brings it in, fouled off the plate, behind the plate, and that makes the count now at a ball and a strike. Teague coming into this ball game, ERA of 7.18, and has pitched 38 innings so far. Fouled again off the screen behind the plate. He's given up 53 hits, 56 runs. 39 of those runs have been earned. He has struck out 34 and walked 30 so far in his work this season. Count is a ball and 2 strikes to Baker. Fouled again as Peyton hanging in there tough. Keeps the count at 1 and 2. As we mentioned, Peyton got on with an error his first time up and was left stranded at first. Lead runner Hannon, he got on with an error to start this inning. He's at first base as next pitch is low. Count pulls even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Connor Teague on in relief, the right-hander. Teague, one of the few seniors here on this ball club from the stretch. 2-2 pitch is high, and the count goes to 3-2 to Peyton Baker. On deck for the Rams is Hayden Bostock. Hannon getting his lead with 1 out, and the next pitch sails high and outside, and that'll be a 1-out walk issued to Peyton Baker. That'll be the second walk of the day for Mitchell pitching, and Hayden Bostock will come to the plate. Bostock 0 for 1. He popped out to the center fielder his first time up. Rams with 2 runners on, first and second. Hannon down at second. Baker down at first for Paoli. Teague on in relief here in the third. As the second baseman Martin dances in, the pitch home is going to be a curveball, and that's a beauty, catching the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Hayden Bostock entered sectional play, hitting 107 on the year, in one of the 3 seniors in the Rams lineup, and the only 3 seniors on the roster. Steps in from that right side behind in the count 0-1. Teague long look, brings it in. A bunt is going to be fouled off at the plate, and the count to Bostock goes to 0-2. Mitchell again has Fields at first, Martin at second, so they switched it up on the right side with Teague coming in from first base in relief. Reeve at short, McFadden at third. Moore in left, Kerr in center, and King in right for the Jackets here today. Pause the pitch, and the next one is low and outside, and the count goes to 1-2 to Hayden Bostock. Rams put 3 on the scoreboard in the first inning out of the single tally in the second. Pitch to Bostock, and it's going to be high, and the count goes to 2-2. Hannon down at second, Baker on at first. Not holding the runner at first, that being Baker with the runner down at second. Teague from the stretch, checks the runner, brings it in, and a breaking ball that sails high, and Bostock has fought back here to go 3-2. 2 men already on for the Rams. On deck is Raleigh Clunk, the DH. Teague has the sign from the catcher Zeeks. From the stretch, the 3-2 pitch is a curveball that is outside, and that's going to be back-to-back walks. And that will load up the bases for the Rams. Hannon over to third. Baker down to second. Clunk over at first. And to the plate for Paoli will be Clunk. He had an infield single his first time up into the hole and came around to score the fourth run of the ball game. He'll step in from the right side. Teague will pitch from the full line with the bases loaded. Fastball is high and inside for ball one. Clunk hits for the pitcher, Austin Chastain, in the Rams lineup today. Steps deep in that right-handed batter's box. There's a curveball and a beauty that catches the inside part of the plate. The count goes to 1-1. Bases are loaded for the Rams. One out in the inning, looking to add on to a 4-0 lead. Clunk looks at the next one, sail high and outside, and the count goes to 2-1. An error and 2 walks have loaded up here for Paoli. Teague from the line, the pitch. A curveball, it's hit on the ground, a slow roller, but it will be foul and fielded about halfway down the line by the third baseman, Cooper McFadden. And I'll make the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Clunk. Raleigh, big spot here for the young freshman in his first postseason appearance. The 2-2 delivery on the way, a swing and a miss as he goes down. Just took something off of that one. That will be out number 2. That'll be the first strikeout recorded by Teague in relief, and that'll bring up Aiden Hickman. Hickman sacrificed his first time up. He'll step in with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the inning for Paoli. Big opportunity here for the Rams to really maybe break this game wide open if Hickman can come up with a big hit. The first pitch from Teague is a strike on the knees on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. We are in the top of the third at Sightsinger Field. Opening game of the semifinal round. This one's hit to the second baseman. Martin has it. Going to throw over to first, and that will bring the inning to a close as the Rams threaten here in this third inning of play, but do not score. There were no runs. There were no hits. There were 3 men left on base, and there was 1 Mitchell error. We'll go to the bottom of the third on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli on top, 4-0. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7, or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
Mitchell Blue Jackets will send the top of the order to the plate here in the bottom of the third. That'll be Dason Kerr, Blake King, and Connor Teague due up to face Austin Chastain for the second time here this afternoon as the Rams lead it 4-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Kerr opened up with a walk his first time up, and then as he was running down to second base, the ball up the bat of Teague hit him in the base pass for an out. And he looks at the first pitch low and outside for ball 1. Rams today in their traveling purple jerseys with the white sleeves. Rams across the chest of the uniforms and the purple pants. Strike called on the next offering to Kerr. Count goes to 1-1. Chastain working quickly. 1-1. Hit right back to him on a couple of hops. Reaches out, snares it, throws it over to first. And there's quickly 1 up and 1 down here in the third for the Jackets. The Jackets, the home team today here on their home field. They're in their home white with the pinstripe blues, Jackets across the chest. As Stepping in for the second time today will be the right fielder. That is Blake King. He is 0 for 1. He popped out to the left fielder his first time up. Pitch on the way to start his second at bat is a strike at the letters for strike one. King coming in, hitting a hefty .444 on the year. Pitch by Chastain is a curveball that is outside, and the count goes to 1-1. Baker at first for the Rams, Hannon at second, Hughes at short, and Spires at third on the infield. Chastain on the mound. The pitch in is popped up. It goes to the right side of the infield. There near the edge of the grass is Hannon on the high pop-up, looks up and pulls it in, and there's quickly 2 up and 2 down here for the Jackets. Rams have Aiden Hickman in left, Justin Thornton in center, and Hayden Bostock in right. And the catcher is Garrett Hickman for Paoli. To the plate, Connor Teague started out at first. Now he is the pitcher on the mound. He got on with a fielder's choice his first time up. As we mentioned, hit it to the right side of the field, and Kerr ran into it going down from first to second. 2 outs in the inning, nobody on. The first pitch to Teague is outside for ball 1. Connor on the year, 241. As we mentioned, the lone senior in the starting lineup. And he hits a shot to the shortstop. Hughes fields it cleanly, throw across the diamond, little low, and a great scoop there by the first baseman, Peyton Baker, and that's a quick 1, 2, 3 inning for the Mitchell Blue Jackets here in the bottom of the third. At the end of 3 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Paoli on top, 4-0. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Inflation and other economic factors can keep you from getting the best results from your investments. Raymond James financial advisor Jamie Sullivan may be able to help you find ways to stay ahead of inflation, save money on your taxes, and prepare for retirement. Call Jamie Sullivan at 812-849-2670, located in Mitchell, for an appointment. Raymond James & Associates, Incorporated. Member of the New York Stock Exchange, SIPC, Life Well Planned.
Fourth inning rolls around here in this first semifinal round game of the Class 2A Sectional 46 at Sightsinger Field on the campus of Mitchell Junior Senior High School. Rams lead it by a score of 4-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. As Connor T beginning his second inning of relief here this afternoon for the Jackets. Young sophomore Martin went 2 innings, gave up 4 runs on 2 hits, did not strike out a batter, walked 1, and did not hit a batter in his 2 innings of work, but he is on the hook right now for the loss in this ball game. For the Rams in this 4th inning of play, and it will be the top of the order. That'll be Kirkland Hughes, Cooper Spires, and Garrett Hickman due up here for Paoli. Hughes on the day is singled and scored and got on with an error and then was forced at home plate back in the second. He'll be up for the 3rd time here today in this sectional game. Rams junior shortstop stands in from the right side, and it's the first time that he'll face Connor Teague, though, on the mound. Those first 2 at-bats were against Martin. First pitch of the inning is a fastball inside for ball 1. Teague, in his first inning of work, did not allow a run or a hit. He did strike out 1 and walk 2. Next pitch is going to be low and outside from the right-hander, and the count goes to 2-0. Wind continues to blow from left to right here today. Again, a mix of sun and clouds, a very pleasant day. Temperature hovering in the upper 60s to low 70s. There's a curveball that comes too far inside, and Hughes ahead in the count 3-0. Here's the leadoff man and the top of the order. 4-0, Paoli on top. Teague from the wind in the pitch, 3-0 delivery is going to be high for ball 4. So 4-pitch walk, and Hughes is on at first base as the Rams have had base runners every inning so far here today. Cooper Spires walked and scored in the first and got on with a fielder's choice in the second and was left stranded. He'll step in for the third time today, hitting .281 on the year, as Hughes gets his lead with Fields holding him on at first base. From the stretch, the pitch is a shot down the first base side, but just barely foul, as Hughes was off and running. They always say baseball, a game of inches. Right there it was most evident, just outside the bag down the first base line, and it goes down as a strike off the bat of Cooper Spires. Hughes had taken off just to make sure, and he'd already rounded second, was headed to third before they flag him down and send him back to first. Spires steps out, waits now for everybody to get set, and he is set as well in the right-handed batter's box. Big gap out in right center field for him to shoot for the opposite way. Breaking ball sails high and outside, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Hughes, a leadoff walk. He's down at first base, and Spires at the plate. On the left side of the infield here for the Rams, leading it off in the fourth. Curveball that comes in and doesn't curve at all. It hits Spires on the left shoulder, and he'll be down at first base. First batter hit by a pitch here today. And there's 2 on with nobody out, and that'll bring up Garrett Hickman. Hickman, a triple and an RBI, and a run scored in the first, and then he popped out to the right fielder. His last time up, the left-hander steps into the plate. His team up 4-0, looking for more here in this fourth inning of play. Hickman, left-handed hitting catcher for Paoli. Outfield shades towards right. Breaking ball is too far outside for ball 1. A walk and a hit batsman. The Rams have runners on at first and second. Nobody out in the inning. Big spot for Garrett Hickman. Hickman waits the pitch. Comes squares to bunt. There go the runners. Throw down to third. Do they get him? And they do. As Hughes came in, he thought he rolled away from the tag, but the umpire said, I think that he may have slid off the bag, and that's where he got him. Kirkland arguing that the tag was above his arm, and he is going to be called out. He will not win that argument. So that'll be the first out of the inning. That'll be 2-5 on the putout, as Hickman tried to bunt that and comes up empty. He'll step in, 1-1 count. Teague with runners still at first, now just at second. And there's a curveball of beauty. Count goes to 1-2. Garrett Hickman trying to pick up Cooper Spires down at second. He was the trail runner when the lead runner was thrown out at third. Wind in the pitch, and it's popped up. A little one to the shortstop near the edge of the grass. Just over to his left, a couple of steps, is Parker Reed, and that's going to be 2 outs in the inning. And that will bring up Tyler Hannon, trying to see if the Rams can add another one here. Hannon has popped up to the shortstop and got on with an error by the shortstop and was left stranded at third, back in the third. He'll step in from the right side, playing second base today. First pitch he sees, a big swing and a miss, strike 1. Inning started off well for the Rams. They got the first 2 men on, and the runner caught stealing at third, followed by the pop-up to the shortstop. And right-hander Teague 1 out away from getting out of this inning without any issues on the scoreboard. Count goes to 1-1. The next pitch is outside. Hannon deep in that right-handed batter's box. Martin dancing in behind the runner at second base. The lead runner there is Spires. 2 outs in the inning, and this one's popped up into the air. Over behind second base is Martin going over towards the bag. He reaches up on that high pop-up, and Rams come up empty after a promising start to this inning in the fourth inning of play. There were no runs. There were no hits. There was 1 man left on and no errors. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli on top, 4-0. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summer's seamless guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home, protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Halfway through this first semifinal round matchup on this Saturday at Sightsinger Field, and the Rams on top by a score of 4-0. We go to the bottom half of this fourth inning of play, and for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, middle part of the order, hitters 4, 5, and 6, as they will be facing the right-hander Austin Chastain for the second time here in this ball game. Mitchell so far only one run. They've had a couple of base runners stranded here in this ball game. And Bryson Zeeks will lead it off, the catcher. He walked and was left stranded back in the first inning of play. Steps in from the right side, the junior hitting .315 on the year. Chastain ready to work. His first pitch of the fourth is a fastball at the knees for strike one. Austin struggled the first couple of innings, finally getting, it looks like, maybe into a groove. He had his first 1, 2, 3 inning back in the third. Would like to see a repeat of that here in the fourth, and he's off to a good start. This fastball catches the knees on the outside part of the plate for strike two. To the right-handed hitting, Bryson Zeeks, the catcher for Mitchell. Chastain has a sign from Hickman, the 0-2 pitch, and a wild swing out front. Ball gets away from the catcher, and he's going to be able to go down to first base. As the throw is late, as the ball got away, he went down after that one, and he will be on at first base on the drop third strike. So base runner on, even though there's one of those extra outs that we always talk about. You never want to give up. So Jackets will have a base runner on at first base with nobody out. That'll bring up Riker Moore to the plate. The lefty takes the strike, pulling it back after attempting to bunt for strike one. Rams lead at 4-0. Chastain going to have to work around that drop third strike. And the pitch home is outside. Hickman reaches out to snare it. Gives a little bit of a bluff throw down to first. But Zeeks is back in with no problem. Zeeks from the first base, being held there by Baker, takes off. Pitch outside. Here's a throw down on one hop. Not going to be in time. All got away from the second baseman, Hannon. Nice job by Hughes at shortstop to back him up. And the Jackets have a base runner down at second with nobody out. And Riker Moore at the plate. The count goes to 2-1. Chastain working with some trouble here in the fourth, even though he leads 4-0. Lead man down at second. Nobody out. 2-1 pitch is popped up out into right center field, going over his Bostock. This could fall in, and it does. He can't get it as the runner will be held. No, he's going to be rounding third. Here comes a throw into the plate. Hickman way up the line. Does he come back to get him? And he does. The ball was up the line, and Hickman had to come back and dive as trying to slide in ahead of the tag was Zeeks. But he is going to be out as that goes from the center fielder 8-4-2 for out number one, as Moore will be credited with a double. He will be down at second. Then on the throw home, he goes over to third. So still a runner in scoring position with one out here in the inning. It's the second base hit, though, given up by the Rams today, and Gavin Martin to the plate. Rams able to preserve that 4-0 lead. Chastain's defense comes up with a play there for him. And the first pitch to Martin is outside for ball one. Chastain pitching from the stretch. Checks the runner. At third with one out, brings it home. And it's a fastball that catches the inside part of the plate right at the letters for strike one, 1-1. Moore, your runner down at third with one out for the Jackets, looking for their first run of the ball game. As Rams able to cut one down. Here's another one out to right center field. This time Thornton on his horse. He won't get it. This is going to go all the way to the fence. This will drive in the first run of the ball game. And rounding second, going into third is Martin. Is he there ahead of the tag? No, he is not, as he is gunned down at third, as the Rams able to come up with that play for the second out of the inning, but one run does come in, as Paoli's defense, again, able to nail a base runner, as that will be a double and an RBI. But then gunned down at third is Martin, as that one goes 8-4 to 5 for out number 2. So 2 base runners cut down here for the Jackets in this inning, one at home plate, one at third, but they're able to get their first run. As Coach Jeremy Payton will come out here. Chastain in his 4th inning of work. See if they can get him out. No, not going to believe they may make the change right now, and it will be Cooper Spires coming in. So a couple of big hits here in this inning, and both of them have been extra base hits for the Jackets. And it'll be Cooper Spires coming in. So Chastain will go 3 2/3 here today, as Spires will come in relief for the Rams. Yeah, the Rams wanted to adjust their infield now. As probably move Hannon over to third base. And see who they want to put in second now with Hughes in relief on the mound. So breaking the action here with the Rams on top 4-1. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Cooper Spires on relief. First man that he faces, the DH, Parker Felton, who is 1 for 1 today. Next pitch by Spires is a strike called. He's ahead in the count now, 0-2. Chastain went 3 2/3, 56 pitches. Our official pitch count man is Ben Seitsinger, the former star here at Mitchell. As this one's lifted up down the right field line. Baker back. Baker, he reached up and grabbed it. The ball popped out of his mitt. It will be in foul territory, though, and we'll come back and do it. Boy, Baker was on his horse. He was down near the bullpen that time. Right fielder did not have a chance to get to it, Bostock, because of the way he was positioned out in towards right center. And Peyton gave it a great opportunity there, but the ball just popped out as he was trying to lean back, and they have lost his balance there at the last second. And it goes down still as a strike. The count goes 0-2. As Cooper Spires now on in relief, as both starters now have been lifted in this ball game for both Mitchell and for Paoli. Parker Felton, the junior, hitting .207, the DH. Trying to get something going. 1 run already in here for the Jackets in the 4th to make it a 4-1 ball game. 2 outs, though, in the inning. Jackets have had base runners cut down at home plate and at third here in the 4th. And his defense has come up with some nice relay throws to gun those runners down. Spires 0-2 pitch on the way, and it's going to be low and outside. The count goes to 1-2. By the way, Austin Chastain, who was on the mound, has moved over to third base for Paoli. So just a switch between the pitching mound and third base for the Rams. There's a curveball and a beauty. Freezes Felton at the plate, and that will be out number 3 in the inning. However, for the Jackets, pick up 1 run in this inning. There were 2 hits. There were no men left on. There were no Ram errors. At the end of 4 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Rams on top by a score of 4-1. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
Hi, this is John Bender with Bender Lumber. LP Smart Side Expert Finish Trim and Siding products are engineered using advanced siding technology that is finished in colors. Each manufacturing step is designed to create durable siding that will perform beautifully for decades and is backed with one of the best warranties in the business. Smart homeowners know LP Smart Siding Expert Finish products are the right choice for lasting beauty and curb appeal. Come to Bender Lumber, local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
Rams scored 3 in the first, added another single run in the second. The Jackets counter finally with their first run of the ball game in the fourth, and that's where we stand here heading into the 5th inning of play. Paoli on top by a score of 4-1. Winner will advance to the championship game Monday night here to take on the winner of the second semifinal round game, that being played today between Providence and Salem. So that'll be your second matchup here today in the ball game. Those two teams come in. Salem 14-8 on the year. Providence is 12-7. They did play once during the regular season play. That was at Salem, and the Lions came out on top of that game 7-6 back on April the 15th. But the task at hand for the Rams here, see if they can put a few more runs here up in the 5th, as they will be facing Teague on in relief. As Teague will begin his 3rd inning of work, the Rams will have hitters 5, 6, and 7. That'll be the center fielder, Justin Thornton, the first baseman, Peyton Baker, and the right fielder, Hayden Bostock, here in the 5th inning. For Thornton, he is 0 for 2. He's popped out to the catcher and was out in the base running as he tried to bunt, was out in fair territory when the ball hit him. So he looks at the first one for ball 1 from Teague on in relief. The wind by the big right-hander, a curveball swing and a miss by Thornton, and the count goes to 1-1. Justin has pretty good memories here at Sightsinger Field. Last year, able to hit a home run out during regular season play against the Jackets. There's a single out into right field, and on one hop, going to be fielded there by King, but a single by Thornton to the opposite field in right field, his first hit of the ball game, and the first hit given up by Teague here in relief, as the Rams, so far here in this ball game, have come up with a total of 4 base hits now. And to the plate, Peyton Baker. Baker on the day on with an error and walked as he was left stranded both of his 2 previous trips. Thornton a definite threat to steal at first for Paoli. Baker waits on one and pops it straight up out to the second baseman, and nice job backpedaling out into right field. Coming up with it is Martin, and that's a big out, the first of the inning, to keep the runner over at first base. To the plate, Hayden Bostock, the right fielder. He's popped up the center and walked and was left stranded back in the 3rd. Thornton now down at first base with 1 out in the inning. Bostock steps in from the right side. Hayden 107 on the year for his batting average. Infield at double play depth. He squares the bunt and pulls it back, but bunts it anyway. It's going to be foul, though, down the third base line. Rams trying to do a little small ball, see if they can push that base runner over into scoring position. As Connor Teague looks into the dugout. Thornton getting his lead. Fields holds him on at first base. Big gap to shoot for in right center field. As Bostock kicks it on the ground to the shortstop, Reeve goes to second for 1. Ball came out, and I believe they're going to call him or was it on the transfer? Looks like they're going to call him out, saying that he did take it, and then on the transfer out, that's where the ball came loose. That'll be 2 outs as Thornton will be out 6-4. And the fielder's choice for Bostock, he will be down at first, and now to bring up Raleigh Clunk, who is 1 for 2 with a run scored. Runner on at first. Clunk hits the first one, a little pop-up to the second baseman, and right there is Martin to grab it. So after a leadoff single, no harm there as That time a good job by Teague to pitch out a little bit of trouble for this fifth inning of play as the Rams end up with no runs on one hit. There was one base runner left on and no jacket errors. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth on the Sullivan Financial Consulting and Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli on top, 4-1. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their two locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
You can make a difference in the life of abused and neglected children in Orange County. I'm Orange County Circuit Court Judge Steve Owen, and we have a court-appointed special advocate program, or CASA, right here in Orange County, and we need your help. There's no special skills required, and we can train you on the skills that are needed. All you have to do is just call Robin Brown today and tell her that you want to help us help these children feel safe and loved here in Orange County. That's Orange County CASA at 812-653-4889.
Hitters 8, 9, and 1 due up here for the Jackets in the bottom of the fifth. And leading it off will be Cooper McFadden, the third baseman. 0 for 1 as he popped out to the first baseman his first time up. Facing Cooper Spires on in relief for the first time here today for the Rams. The right-hander starts him off with a breaking ball high and inside for ball one. Chastain with the first 3 2/3 through 56 pitches. Next pitch to McFadden is a strike at the knees, and the count goes to 1-1. McFadden on the year hitting 159 coming into today's game. This one's popped up, but it's going to be foul and out of play behind the first base dugout, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes to McFadden. Another one of the young players, just a sophomore here on this team for Mitchell. Spires on in relief, checks in with his catcher, Garrett Hickman. Long pause, the sign and the pitch, and it's a bit outside. McFadden gave it a long look but did not pull the trigger, and the count goes to 2-2. Wind continues to blow from left to right. Next pitch is inside and low, and the count goes to 3-2 to McFadden, who fell behind, now has battled back to go full. Cooper Spires so far has not walked a batter or struck out a batter, and this one fouled out of play. McFadden able to stay alive with that foul off his bat. Count remains at 3-2. Again, a great venue here at Sightsinger Field for both the fans and the players to enjoy baseball. They got that little berm out in right center field. If you want to bring your chair and sit there, there's a swing and a miss, and that'll be out number 1 of the inning. And the first strikeout recorded by Cooper Spires here, and the second for Rams pitching. And we got a few people out that way today over on the berm, with plenty of good seats in the bleachers up and down the first and third base lines here, if you want to bring your own chairs as well. And Spires will face the number 9 man, Parker Reeve, to the plate. First pitch to Reeve, sails high for ball 1. Reeve coming in, the freshman, hitting .217 on the year. He is 0 for 1, popped out to the right fielder. He takes a big cut and comes up empty on that next one, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Spires waits. The 1-1 pitch is a fastball. It's outside, and the count goes to 2-1. On deck, your leadoff hitter, that's Dason Kerr for the Jackets. Field swung a little bit, rounds toward right for the right-handed hitter, and there's a strike taken on the outside part of the plate to Reeve, and the count goes to 2-2. Reeve kind of looked at that one, a long look, but then decided not to swing. The 2-2 pitch from Spires, and this one is high, and it's gone full at 3-2. Went 3-2 to McFadden to lead off the inning, and Reeve also has gone 3-2 with 1 out and nobody on. He beats it foul over to the Rams dugout. Will stay up the plate with the count remaining at 3-2. Aiden Hickman in left, Justin Thornton in center, Hayden Bostock, the right fielder for the Rams here today. Cooper Spires on in relief with Garrett Hickman behind the plate. And the 3-2 pitch sails outside. That'll be a one-out walk to turn that batting order over, and we'll go back to the top of the order. First walk issued by Cooper Spires. Rams now have Austin Chastain at third, Kirkland Hughes at short, Tyler Hannon at second, and Peyton Baker is your first baseman. And to the plate for the third time today, Dason Kerr. He has walked and grounded back to the pitcher in his 2 previous plate appearances. Reed getting his lead at first. Pitch is low on the first offering to Kerr for ball 1. Spires came in relief during the first game, went 4 1/3 innings, giving up 1 run on 2 hits. The second time that this Mitchell Blue Jacket team has seen Cooper on the mound, and the next pitch is going to be low for ball 2, 2-0. 1 out in the inning with the base runner on at first. Rams lead it 4-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. There's a strike taken by Kerr for strike 1. The count goes to 2-1. Spires going to have to deal now with the top of the order. Chastain, the third baseman, in at the cut of the grass. This one's fouled back and out of play down the left field line. Count now up to 2-2 on Dason Kerr, a sophomore hitting .311 on the year. 5 RBIs coming into today's ball game. From the stretch, next pitch is outside. Runner goes, and the throw is going to be way to the first base side of second base, and that will put Reeve down at second with a stolen base, and the count goes to 3-2 to Dason Kerr. Spires has gone 3-2 with the 3 batters that he has faced so far. 1 out and 1 on. 3-2 pitch swing and a miss. Another big strikeout. That will be out number 2 of the inning. And strikeout number 2 recorded by Spires. And to the plate will be Blake King. King coming in today. He is 0 for 2. He's flied out to left and flied out to the second baseman in his first 2 trips. Stamps in from the right side. Reaches out, awkwardly swings at that one and misses for strike 1. Reeve walked. He's down at second with a stolen base. Couple of strikeouts there with McFadden and Kerr, and it's up to King to try and keep this inning alive. He smacks one to the shortstop, fielded by Hughes. Hughes fires it across the diamond. Oh, the throw is low. Here comes the runner around third base to score, and the Rams defense falters as that will be an error, the first of the day here for Paoli on the low throw. And that will allow the Jackets to cut the lead down to 2 at 4-2 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. And looking for more here now with the runner on at first base with 2 outs in the inning. So an unearned run. And Connor Teague, now the pitcher, has a chance maybe to help himself out even more. Quick throw over and diving back in is King. Teague on the day, on with the fielder's choice and grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. Errors have been a problem for Mitchell in this ball game, and now the Rams have cost one. And there's a wild pitch that goes all the way back to the screen, and that will send the base runner down to second base. 4-2 is your score with Paoli on top here in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs and a runner down at second base for Mitchell. Spires from the stretch. Checks the runner, brings it in, and this one's going to be low. And the count goes to 2-0 to Connor Teague. Teague steps in from the right side. Big run for the Jackets out at second base, and the next pitch is outside as well. It goes 3-0. So Teague 1 pitch away from putting the potential tying run at first base. Right now it's at the plate. The wind in the pitch, and there's a strike taken. Count goes to 3-1. Cooper already a couple of strikeouts in this inning. Could use another for the Rams. The 3-1 pitch, and it's hit on the ground to the second baseman, Hannon. Oh, and it goes through his legs out into right field. Here comes the runner around the score, and that'll make it now a 4-3 ball game as the Rams, 2 costly errors here in this inning, has allowed the Jackets to get back into this ball game and have the tying run down at first base with 2 outs. And Bryson Zeeks will come to the plate. So Paoli. Errors here in this inning, back-to-back, and brought in a couple of runs. And we have another courtesy runner coming in. Bryson Yost, the freshman, will be running here for Teague. to the plate. Bryson Zeeks, he's walked and also got on base on the drop third strike his last time up. So Mitchell with a little bit of life back into this ball game with 2 runs here in the 5th, both of them unearned with no hits. A walk, a stolen base, and a couple of errors. The Jackets are right back in it. The first pitch is inside on the curveball, 4-1. Bryson Zeeks on the year, hitting .315, 15 RBI, 2 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs to his credit. Goes down after a fastball and comes up missing, and the count goes to 1-1. Yost, the pitch runner, down at second for the Jackets with 2 outs. He represents the tying run here in the 5th from the stretch. Curveball is popped up down the right field line, and giving a look is Bostock, but it's going to be out of play, and the count goes to 1-2. Hayden over near the bullpen down the right field line for the visitors, which are the Rams today. And Cooper Spires 1 strike away from getting out of this inning without any further damage. Everybody gets reset. Peyton Baker also had to make a long run down there to give it a look. Spires the sign from Hickman to pitch home, and it's a shot, a line single out into left field. Quickly over to get it is Aiden Hickman, gets it back in, and Zeeks keeps the inning going as he is down at first base, and that'll put runners on at first and second here in the 5th with 2 runs already in, and that'll bring up Riker Moore. Moore, he popped up to the pitcher the first time and then doubled and scored back in the 4th. And Webster will be pitch running for Zeeks like he did earlier in this ball game. The Jackets, though, they have the tying run down at second, the go-ahead run at first here with 2 outs in the inning. And Rams get a visit on the mound. And Coach Adam Poole out there to talk with his hurlers. Again, all of this started with a strikeout, then a walk and a stolen base, a strikeout, then an error and a wild pitch, and another error, and now a single. And the Jackets manufacturing runs any way that they can to get back here in this ball game, as Paoli clinging now just to a 4-3 lead, and not out of the woods yet here in the 5th with Riker Moore at the plate. Moore will step in from the left side. Riker, a sophomore, hitting .211 on the year. Now has 4 extra base hits to his credit, one of them coming at his last at-bat. In fact, he came in to score the first run of the ball game. As Spires pitching with some trouble, 2 outs and 2 on. The first pitch to Moore, and it is a fastball on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Moore, the 7th man to bat in this inning for the Jackets. Clawed back in it. There's a shot to the second baseman, fielded by Hannon, throw over to first, and the inning finally comes to a close here for Mitchell, but it is a productive one for the Jackets as they pick up a total of 2 runs. They only had 1 base hit. They leave 2 base runners on, and there were 2 critical Ram errors. At the bottom of the 5th, at the end of 5 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Rams lead at 4-3. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community. One scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
Rams find themselves now in a ball game leading at just 4-3 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard as we roll on to the 6th inning of play here in this first semifinal round game of Class 2A Sectional 46 at Sight-Singer Field, Mitchell High School. And for the Rams here, they look to see if they can get their offense rolling. They picked up all of their runs in the first 2 innings of play. They have had base runners in every inning, but have not scored since back in the second. It'll be hitters 8, 9, and 1, Aiden Hickman, Kirkland Hughes, and Cooper Spires for Paoli. Hickman, the Rams left fielder, out with a sacrifice in the second and grounded out to the second baseman back in the 3rd inning of play, as he will face Connor Teague on in relief beginning his 4th inning of work. First pitch to Hickman is high and inside for ball 1. Aiden coming into sectional play, hitting 175 on the year. Tries to get something started here for the Rams, see if they can kickstart their offense. Another breaking ball. This one, though, is across the plate for strike 1, 1-1. McFadden and Reeve at third and short. Martin at second. Fields over at first. And the next offering is going to be low and inside. Teague kind of wanted that pitch but did not get it. And the count goes to 3-1. Use the top of the order on deck. There's a strike called as it catches the inside part of the plate, and that'll make it full at 3-2. Teague has struck out 1 and walked 3 and hit a batter in his 4th inning and now beginning of relief work. A swing and a miss on a breaking ball, and that's quickly 1 up and 1 down here for the Rams in the 6th inning of play. Teague's second strikeout, and Kirkland Hughes will come to the plate. He singled and scored in the first, got on with an error, and was thrown out stealing at third, and then walked. Actually got thrown out the second time there at third, and also in his first time up as well, as he looks at the first one low for ball 1. Hughes trying to get something going here with 1 out and nobody on. And he represents the top of the order. Teague's next pitch, there's a strike called. Teague now trying to get into a little bit of his own groove. 1-1 on the count with 1 out. Pitch on the way, and it's another strike at the knees, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. And all of a sudden, Connor Teague getting out in front of the hitters, and guess what? That's a good thing to do. Teague ready to work. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and Hughes looks at this one low and outside, and the count goes to 2-2. We're in the top of the 6th, 4-3. Rams lead it by 1. Winner will advance to the championship game Monday night. Oh, and Hughes goes fishing way outside, comes up empty, and that'll be the second strikeout of the inning and the second strikeout of this inning. And for Teague, his third strikeout in relief, and that'll bring up Cooper Spires. Spires walked and scored in the first, on with a fielder's choice in the second, and was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. 2 outs, nobody on, as Teague looks into the dugout, as he tries to get the first 1-2-3 inning of the day here for the Mitchell pitching staff. 2 outs and nobody on. And the first ball is a ball low on the off-speed pitch. Kind of some moans and groans from the Mitchell fans in front of us in the stands. But that one might have been in there. The ball 1 pitch is a fastball. That one catches the outside part of the plate. And the count is 1-1. Third baseman McFadden even with the bag, about 2 strides off the line. Swung around towards left in center field, and time taken by Spires as the umpire grants that. Cooper steps back out, now back in. Aiden Hickman started the inning with a strikeout. Hughes also struck out. It's up to Spires to try and get something going here with 2 outs in the inning. Teague winds and pitches, and this one's popped up out into left field. Going back is Moore, still backpedaling and able to find enough room to bring it in. And it is a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the 6th inning of play for the Rams. No runs, no hits, nobody left, and no jacket errors. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. On the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Rams lead it by 1, 4-3. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
After being down 4-0, the Jackets have battled back here late in this ball game with a single run in the fourth, two more in the fifth, and trail it now just 4-3. Cooper Spires beginning his second full inning of work here today on in relief of Austin Chastain. He'll be facing hitters 6, 7, and 8 in this sixth inning of play. Gavin Martin, Parker Felton, and Cooper McFadden. Martin on the day, slide out to left, and then had a double and an RBI before he was cut down over at third, trying to stretch it into a triple. And he'll be back at the plate here for the third time today. Second time that he is facing Cooper Spires, the right-hander. First pitch of the inning is a fastball that sails outside for ball one. Martin coming into the game, hitting .224 on the year, the right-handed hitter. Dances out of one on the inside part of the plate. The count goes to 2-0. Martin, 10 RBIs, now 11 on the year with that one he picked up earlier in this ball game. He pops one out into center field. Moving over is Justin Thornton. Now he goes back, has to reach up, and Thornton with that athletic ability able to finally sneak underneath that one and pull it out of the air. That'll be out number one to the center fielder on the pop-up. And Parker Felton will come to the plate. Felton, a single, was left stranded in the second inning, and then he struck out in the fourth inning of play. He'll step in from the right side, the junior, hitting .207 on the year with one out and nobody on for the Jackets. First pitch is going to be a strike called at the knees, strike one. Rams cling to a 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the sixth. Next delivery sails a little bit outside, and the count to Felton goes to 1-1. Cooper Spires from the full wind, swing and a miss on a fastball for strike two, count 1-2. Chastain with the first 3 2/3 innings of work here today for the Rams. Spires came on in relief. A weak swing on one out of the strike zone as Felton is completely fooled. That'll be out number 2. And for Spires, that'll be strikeout number 3. And Cooper McFadden, the third baseman for the Jackets, will come to the plate. 2 outs, nobody on. McFadden 0 for 2 today. He is popped out to the first baseman and struck out in the fifth. 2 outs, bases empty. Spires' first pitch to McFadden is low and outside for ball one. Rams have only had 1-2-3 inning. That was back in the third. Fouled off at the plate off the bat of McFadden, and the count goes to 1-1. Rams would like to have that repeated here so that they'll get a chance maybe to add a run or two in the seventh, only leading by 1. The 1-1 pitch sails high and inside, and the count goes to 2-1. McFadden, the number 8 man in the order for the Jackets. 2-1 pitch. And it's a strike at the knees, and the count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs on the scoreboard here at Sight-Singer Field. The 2-2 pitch is outside and low, and the count goes to 3-2. Gone the limit as Cooper McFadden and Cooper Spires on the mound for the Rams. The wind, the payoff pitch, and it's going to be ball 4. That'll be a 2-out walk for McFadden to keep the inning going. And for Spires on in relief, that will be his second walk that he has issued here today. And to the plate, Parker Reeve. Reeve has popped out to the right fielder, walked and scored back in the fifth. Tying run for the Jackets now on at first base with 2 outs here in the sixth. And this one's popped up out into short right center field, going over his Bostock. Oh, and then he reached up and he dropped it. He had it. I thought at first he looked like he didn't have it. I think he thought he didn't have it. And that will keep the inning alive. Another error on the Rams here, and that's what got him in trouble back in the 4th and 5th innings. Meanwhile, McFadden off on that hit with 2 outs. He's over at third. That'll put runners at the corners with 1 out. And to the top of the order, that'll be Dason Kerr coming to the plate. Kerr has walked, grounded out to the pitcher, and struck out in his 3 previous plate appearances. Tying run on at third, go-ahead run at first. Fake over to third, and now a bluff throw over to first as Spires see if he could get one of those runners leaning just a bit, but could not. Trying to pitch out of a jam here. Curveball, there goes the runner, and they're not going to throw through. It goes right back to the pitcher, and that will put runners on at second and third for the Jackets with 2 outs in the inning. The count 1-0 to Kerr in a big spot here. Go-ahead run down at second. Tying run at third. The next pitch is a fastball low, 4-2. So the Jackets trying to mount another comeback here with 2 outs in the inning. The 2-0 pitch is a strike taken at the waist for strike 1, 2-1. McFadden down at third, Reeve at second. This one's popped up and out of play behind the press box, and the count goes to 2-2. Spires trying to work out of a jam here and keep this game in favor of the Rams. We are in the 6th with 2 outs and 2 on. 2-2 is swing and a miss, and Spires comes out with a huge strikeout to bring that rally to a halt as the Jackets lead the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second here in the 6th inning. There were no runs in the inning, no hits. There were 2 men left on, and 1 Ram error. We'll go to the 7th on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli leads at 4-3. You're listening to Rams baseball on Mix 95.3.
Inflation and other economic factors can keep you from getting the best results from your investments. Raymond James financial advisor Jamie Sullivan may be able to help you find ways to stay ahead of inflation, save money on your taxes, and prepare for retirement. Call Jamie Sullivan at 812-849-2670, located in Mitchell, for an appointment. Raymond James & Associates, Incorporated, member of the New York Stock Exchange, SIPC, Life Well Planned.
This one seems too high maintenance, and this one is definitely hiding something.
You still haven't picked one?
I can't help it if I just want the perfect relationship with my credit card.
Swipe and save at Hoosier Hills Credit Union. Our Visa credit card offers super low rates. Transfer your high-interest credit card debt with no balance transfer fee and no annual fee today. Visit HoosierHills.com and say yes to paying less for your credit card. Subject to credit approval. Qualification standards apply. Insured by NCUA.
7th inning rolls around here for this first game in the semifinal round of the 2A Sectional 46 at Sightsinger Field, and Rams clinging to a 4-3 lead. The winner advances on to the championship game Monday night. Rams here in this 6th to face Teague. It will be 4 Paoli hitters, 3, 4, and 5. Garrett Hickman, Tyler Hannon, and Justin Thornton trying to see if the Rams can get a run back, get a little bit more of a cushion rather than just that single tally. Teague come on, pitched well in relief, and his first pitch of the inning to Garrett Hickman is outside for ball 1. Garrett tripled an RBI and scored back in the first, then popped out to right and flied out to the shortstop his last time up. Swings and misses on the next offering, and the count to the Rams catcher is 1-1. Teague came on in relief of Gavin Martin, who started the game and had his struggles. There's a curveball that catches the outside part of the plate, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Teague, his job, keep this game right where it is right now at 4-3. The 1-2 pitch on the way is popped up to right field. Coming in is King. Stops and hauls it in for out number 1. And to the plate for the Rams will be the second baseman, Tyler Hannon. Hannon has popped to the shortstop, got on with an error to the shortstop, and popped up to the shortstop again. So officially 0-for-3 here in this ball game. Rams cleanup hitter steps in from the right side with the bases empty and 1 out. First pitch from Connor Teague is a breaking ball, swing and a miss for strike one. Teague getting into a rhythm now. Quickly on the mound, the right-hander, and ready to work again. Has the sign from Zeeks. The strike one pitch came about three-quarters arm that time and catches the outside part of the plate, and the count goes to 0-2. One out in the inning, nobody on for the Rams. Teague's next pitch is popped up a mile high to the right side. Looks like it's going to make its way out of play, and it will. And the count goes to no balls and two strikes. So Hannon will come back, get another crack at it. Tyler trying to get something going here for the Rams with nobody on and one out in the inning. Paoli clinging to a 4-3 lead here in the top half of the seventh. Connor Teague back out on the hill on relief as he steers into Zeeks. He has the sign and the pitch home. Breaking ball, and this one sails outside, and the count goes to a ball and two strikes to Tyler Hannon. One out in the inning for the Rams. That was a pop-up to right field off the bat of Garrett Hickman. The 1-2 pitch is low and outside, and the count goes 2-2. Hannon trying to battle back here, see what he gets. Steps deep in that batter's box, crowding the plate. Teague with the line to 2-2, and this one's popped up a mile high out in the left field, going over his more towards his left, reaches up and able to pull it in for out number 2. Have a lot of those high pop flies here today, and a bit of an overcast sky right now. Filtered sunshine, though, coming through a bit. With 2 outs in the inning, Justin Thornton will come to the plate. Thornton has popped out and was out as he stepped in front of the plate with the ball out in front off his bat off a bunt, so he was out on that unassisted play, and then he singled and was cut down running in the 5th inning of play. Looks at the first one low and inside for ball 1. Nobody on for the Rams here with 2 outs. Teague's next delivery is going to be low and inside again, and the count goes to 2-0. Ball gets away from Zeeks, but he's able to pop out and get it to his right. Teague 1 out away from giving his team one last chance to maybe tie up this ball game and win it in the 7th. This breaking ball sails high and out of the strike zone, and that'll be ball 3 to Thornton. On deck is the Rams' first baseman, Peyton Baker. Rams lead it by 1, 4-3. From the stretch. A pitch home. Again, this is going to be a breaking ball that catches the inside part of the plate for strike 1, 3-1. Thornton taking all the way now. The sophomore steps out, now back in. Reeve back to the stretch. The 3-1 pitch is beat on the ground, but it will be foul, fielded there by the bag by the third baseman, McFadden. However, that strike will make the count full at 3-2 to the Rams center fielder, Justin Thornton. Reeve, 1 strike away from closing it out on a 1-2-3 inning. 3-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss on a curveball, and that will do it for the Rams here in the 7th inning of play. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no many left on, and no jacket errors. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Rams lead it 4-3. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
Rams now 3 outs away from moving on to the championship game as the Jackets come up here in the 7th, trailing 4-3. And for Mitchell will be hitters 2, 3, and 4. Blake King, Connor Teague, and Bryson Zeeks for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. King, the right fielders, popped out to left, popped out to the second baseman, got on with an error, and scored back in the 5th inning of play as Cooper Spires on in relief, trying to nail it down here for the Rams. First pitch of the inning is a high chopper to the first baseman, fielded though in foul territory by Peyton Baker, and that goes down as a strike one. Rams, Chastain at third, Hughes at short, Hannon at second, Baker at first base, Aiden Hickman in left, Justin Thornton in center, and Hayden Bostock in right. With Garrett Hickman behind the plate, Cooper Spires on the mound for Paoli, trying to nail this one down. Strike one pitch, sails outside, and the count goes to 1-1. Cooper so far today giving up a couple of runs, just one hit. He has struck out 3 and walked 2, but errors have hurt him as they did the starting pitcher Martin, and there's a strike on the inside part of the plate that King kind of questions a bit as he turns and walks out of the batter's box and now returns as the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch on the way and a foul ball off the screen. And now to keep the count at 1-2 to the leadoff man here, Blake King. King came in today, had a red-hot bat for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. His average was .444, but it was well over .500 over the last handful of games. The 1-2 pitch on the way is popped up, and the second baseman near the second base bag, that is Hannon, waiting for it to come down, and that's the first out of the inning. So quickly 1 up and 1 down, and that'll bring up Connor Teague to the plate. Teague started out at first base. Now the pitcher, he was on with a fielder's choice. He grounded to short and got on with an error back in the 5th inning. Teague, the senior, stepping in, 241, doesn't want his season to end or his career end here today as he steps in trying to get something going with 1 out and nobody on. The first pitch is going to be low and outside for ball 1. Cooper Spires has struck out 3 and walked 2 so far in relief here today. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Oh, did it hit him? Yes, it did. Just kind of got him on the inside, and that puts the tying run down at first base. So Spires' first hit batsman of the game, and that'll bring up Bryson Zeeks, the catcher. Zeeks walked and got on with a drop third strike and was cut down at third, and then he popped out, or grounded out, I should say, to the second baseman, as courtesy runner Yost will come back in. So Teague is going to be replaced on the base pass, and it's up to Bryson Zeeks to try and bring him around. Zeeks today walked and also had that singles we mentioned and then cut down at third as he'll step in here today with the runner on at first and 1 out in the inning. That's the tying run, swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch for strike 1. Quick snap throw down as Yost gets back just ahead of the tag. And a strike 1 count on Zeeks. Zeke steps in from the right side, hitting .315 on the year. From the stretch, Spires checks the runner, brings it home. Ball sails outside, and the count goes to 1-1. 1 out in the inning, 1 on for the Jackets, who trail by 1 in the bottom of the 7th. Cooper Spires has the sign from Hickman, gives the nod. From the stretch, checks the runner, pitch home, and it's going to be strike called. Ball is dropped by the catcher Hickman. That will allow the runner, though, to go down to second. Even though it is strike 2, that moves the runner down in the scoring position on the pass ball. That being Yost, the pitch runner. 1-2 the count on Zeeks with 1 out in the inning. Spires from the stretch. Checks the runner. Long look, pitch home, and it's going to be low and inside. The count goes to 2-2. King started off the inning with a pop-up, and Teague was hit. The pitch runner goes down on a pass ball. He is at second, representing the tying run here in this ball game in the bottom of the 7th. Spires nods with Hickman, has the sign. The pitch home, per ball, and this one is just a bit up and outside. That puts the count full at 3-2. Spires wanted that one and didn't get the call. Yost over at second base with 1 out in the inning. And the 3-2 pitch on the way from Spires. Swing and a miss. Fishing outside is Zeeks. That's a huge out. Out number 2. Spires strikeout number 4. Now the Rams 1 out away from moving on to the championship game. Riker Moore comes to the plate. He's popped out to the pitcher, doubled and scored in the fourth and grounded out to the second baseman in the fifth. One out away the Rams as Spires trying to pitch them into the championship game against the lefty. Fouled straight back off the screen off the bat of Riker Moore for strike one. Yost, your pitch runner, down at second, represents the tying run. Peering in, Spires has the sign from Hickman. The wind and the pitch, and it is a strike on the outside part of the plate. Now one strike away as Cooper Spires from a Rams victory here this afternoon. Still, though, that runner at second. Spires from the stretch has a sign from Hickman to pitch in. It is low. Ball gets away from the catch. Actually, it hit the batter, hit him on the foot, and that keeps the runner from going to third, but he'll be down at second with two on now as Moore was hit by the pitch. He'll be on at first. Yost will stay down. That's the second hit batsman for Spires in this inning, and that'll bring up Gavin Martin, who ended up being the starting pitcher today. Chance to come up in a big spot here. He's light out to left, double with an RBI, and then cut down at home, and then he flied out to center field. 2 on, 2 outs in the inning, and he pops it up out the right field. Hayden Mostock over to his left, reaches out and grabs it, and that's a Rams win as Martin flies out to the right fielder to end the ball game, but the Jackets push it to the limit. They had 2 men on. Those were the tying and go-ahead runs, but can't get them in here in the seventh. There were no runs, no hits, 2 left on, and no Ram errors. And the Rams are winners as they'll move on to the championship game. Again, your final today on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. It was Paoli 4 and Mitchell 3. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
You can make a difference in the life of abused and neglected children in Orange County. I'm Orange County Circuit Court Judge Steve Owen, and we have a court-appointed special advocate program, or CASA, right here in Orange County, and we need your help. There's no special skills required, and we can train you on the skills that are needed. All you have to do is just call Robin Brown today and tell her that you want to help us help these children feel safe and loved here in Orange County. That's Orange County CASA at 812-653-4889.
Rams victorious in this first semifinal round game of the Class 2A Sectional 46, punching their ticket for the second straight year to the championship game. And they'll be back here at Sightsinger Field on Monday evening at 6 o'clock as they will await the winner of game number 2 today between Salem and Providence. But for the Rams here today, 4 runs on 4 hits. They committed 3 errors. They leave 7 men on base. For Mitchell, 3 runs, 4 hits, 5 errors, and they leave 9 base runners stranded as Paoli wins it here today by a score of 4-3. For the Rams, they jumped out early. They picked up 2 runs on 3 hits in the first inning of play, came back with 1 run on 1 hit in the second to jump out to that 4-0 lead. Rams had base runners on in every inning except for the final 2 innings as they threatened in the 4th and the 5th but come up empty But again, it was the errors by the Jackets early on that cost them those runs. And for the Rams, well, they were playing clean until we got to the fourth and fifth innings, and then they started to boot the ball around and some unforced runs there as the Metro Blue Jackets score a single run in the fourth to cut the lead down to 4-1. They added two more in the fifth unearned runs to make it a 4-3 ball game. They stranded two base runners in the sixth, but they were trailing by one, and did the same in the seventh with two base runners on, leaving the tying run at second and the winning run on at first base, as the Rams able to hold on for the win here today to advance on to that championship game on Monday night. Once again, your final today on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli 4 and Mitchell 3. You're listening to Rams baseball on Mix 95.3.
Hi, this is John Bender with Bender Lumber. LP SmartSide Expert Finish Trim and Siding products are engineered using advanced siding technology that is finished in colors. Each manufacturing step is designed to create durable siding that will perform beautifully for decades and is backed with one of the best warranties in the business. Smart homeowners know LP Smart Siding Expert Finish products are the right choice for lasting beauty and curb appeal. Come to Bender Lumber, local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their two locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community. One scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
Rams able to avenge their regular season loss to the Mitchell Blue Jackets, and this game played out a lot like that regular season game. In that regular season, it was the Jackets who jumped out early, and the Rams made the comeback and had tying runs on but couldn't get them in. And the same scenario unfolds here today with the Rams jumping out to that 4-0 lead. Jackets climbed back to 4-3 in the last two innings, had the tying runs and go-ahead run on, but could not get them across. And the Rams, behind the pitching of Cooper Spires in relief, win it here today by a score of 4-3. For the Mitchell Blue Jackets today, Gavin Martin started. He went 2 innings, gave up 4 runs on 3 hits, did not strike out a batter, and he walked 1. Connor T came on, pitched well in relief, going the final 5 innings, no runs on 1 hit, struck out 3 and walked 3 and hit 1 batter. For Paoli, well, they started off with Austin Chastain on the mound. The junior went 3 2/3 innings, throwing 56 pitches, gave up 1 run on 3 hits. Struck out 1 and walked 2. Cooper Spires, another nice job on in relief, going 3 1/3 innings, giving up 2 runs on 1 hit. He struck out 4, walked 2, and hit 2 batters as the Rams win and advance here today. Again, your final 4-3 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. We'll be back to wrap things up from Sight Singer Field. You're listening to Rams baseball on Mix 95.3.
In need of a financial checkup? consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Craving your favorite meal, but don't want to leave the house? OC Eats has got you covered. We deliver from the best restaurants in West Baden, French Lick, and Paoli every day from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Whether you're in the mood for burgers, pizza, Chinese, Japanese, ice cream, or something else, we've got you covered. Just visit getoceats.com. That's GETOCEATS.com or call 812-653-7431 and we'll place the order for you. OC Eats, delivering happiness right to your door. We'll see you soon.
Rams win with a 4-3 win over the Mitchell Blue Jackets to punch their ticket to the championship game on Monday night. That'll be a 6 o'clock first pitch here from Sight Singer Field, which means we'll be on the air around 5:50 with our pregame show. Game number 2 here this afternoon. It'll be Salem 14-8 taking on Providence 12-7. These two teams met back on April the 15th at Salem, and Salem was able to beat Providence by a score of 7-6. Meanwhile, during the regular season, looking at those two teams, the Rams only played Salem. That was a game that Paoli won back on May the 6th at Trinkle Field by a score of 4-3. Did not play Providence. Last time, though, that the Rams did play the Pioneers, it was in the championship game 1 year ago down at Clarksville, falling to the Pioneers in that championship game. But win number 10 of the year, a big one for the Rams now as they are able to move on, as they take advantage of those unearned runs early on and able to jump out to a 4-0 lead. But then hold on as the Jackets mount a comeback, but they come up short. And Paoli able to win it here today, 4-3. Again, your final score, Paoli 4 runs on 4 hits, 3 errors. They leave 7 men on base. The Jackets 3 runs, 4 hits, 5 errors, and 9 base runners left on. Cooper Spires in on relief. Chastain is the winner. Martin is the loser for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Once again, a reminder programming as far as coming your way for the championship game. Paoli will take on either Salem or Providence, and that game will be on Monday night here at Sight Singer Field again, first pitch at 6, and we'll be on the air with our pregame around 5:50. As always, want to thank our great sponsors for allowing us to bring you high school baseball, not only today, but throughout the entire season. Big thank you as well to our engineer-producer back at the studio, Melissa Wall. And most of all, thanks to you for listening. I'm Dave Dedrick. Again, your final today from Sight Singer Field. In the first game of the semifinal round of Sectional 46 Class 2A, it was Paoli winning and advancing over Mitchell. The final again, 4-3. Good afternoon, everybody.
Your home for Paoli Ram Sports, Mix 95.3 WUME. This broadcast made possible by Bender Lumber, Cave and Calcar Quarries, Davis Crushed Stone, the Dillman Scott Funeral Home, Hoosier Hardware, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, In Focus Eye Care, KFC of Paoli, Orange County REMC, Orange County CASA, Orange County Community Foundation, Paoli Health and Living Community, Riley Oil, Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, Springs Valley Bank and Trust, Summers Gutters, Whitfield Investments, Team OC Youth Mentoring,